LoveChoice? What kind of name of a game is LoveChoice? Do you want to cry? Do you want to feel sad? Do you really enjoy emotions that pull the tears out of your eyes? No? Me neither, but I still played this game, and now you're on my video, so I'm gonna spoil it for you. Today I wanted to give some attention to LoveChoice, which is a game I played recently. It's actually a pretty short game, and it's split into 3 separate stories. For this video, I will only be covering the first story. If you would like to try the game for yourself, it's only $2 on Steam and is, in my opinion, well worth the money. Alright, let's get into the game. The story begins with a small exposition dump. We play this game from the perspective of a game developer participating in a game jam. A game jam is a game development event. Participants have just 48 hours to make a game around a given theme. Apparently, if you're lucky, your team might have girls on it, but our protagonist did not have any such luck. But he does see that there's a girl on the team next to him, so he finds an opportune moment and approaches her. And I don't really like either of these dialogue options, to be honest. But okay, I like this one a little bit better. Huh, okay, well, I'm not sure what to make of that. But looks like I got her on WeChat. I'm just gonna say texting. Looks like our next task is to ask her out on a date. My boss got mad at me today, but I just did exactly as he asked me to, and now he's blaming it on me. How can I not be upset? This one. There's more, and my colleagues were willing to defend me. That wasn't fair. I don't know. They don't know the whole story? I'm still upset. Why don't you hang out with me this weekend? Ooh, we going for it. Let's have some fun, okay? Okay? Yo, let's fucking go. Oh shit, there's more. Wanna go watch a movie? What? No, I don't really... Horror. Horror might be a good choice. You can like cuddle when somebody is scared or something. After picking the movie, we play a little minigame where we go on some website and pick some good restaurants. The minigame is completely unimportant to the story, so I'm just gonna save you the trouble by skipping it. On the day of the date, we watched the movie with the girl, and after the movie, she said it wasn't bad, so you know what, I'll take it. Next, we have to choose a restaurant to go to. I choose sushi because I like sushi. It's not really too much else to say about that. After that, it looks like we're taking a nice little walk. There's nothing more to be said, and then apparently I need to say something. Honestly, once again, I don't really like any of these dialogue options, but I guess this one is the least bad, so I'll go with this one. M? What does that mean? Okay, I probably picked the wrong option, but whatever. Looks like we're continuing on. We talk to each other all the time now. Looks like we're on the talk for hours on the phone phase. Good job us, good job me, good job getting to this point, yes, yes. Oh, wait. I guess we're moving on now? Uh-oh. Now we're on the fighting part. Okay, there's no more dialogue options. And I guess we're moving on again? She still tells me about her troubles. I think she should be able to handle them. Hey, isn't this the exact same thing she was complaining about earlier? I guess I'll just also say the exact same thing? Okay, she didn't seem very happy about that. When you get closer, you start to notice flaws that you didn't see at first. When I get home from work, she's watching TV and the place is a mess. I actually don't know which of these is correct. Whatever, I'll just make her do it. And that actually takes us to the end of the story, where we read a letter that she's written to us. 3 years have passed, we met at a game jam, I went over to talk to you, you felt awkward. Yeah, I can see that. What did I do? I told her about my team's game? Okay, we started chatting more, our first date. I didn't seem to prepare. What do you mean I didn't seem to prepare? I played a stupid minigame for you. Jeez. You thought I hadn't bothered to learn what you liked? How was I supposed to? This girl is so unappreciative. Okay, first time we held hands? Felt that on a beautiful night, words would have only ruined the mood. Wait, there was no option to remain silent. What the hell is going on? Okay, our talks only ever scratch the surface. Sometimes we fight and I'm so stubborn and... What the Okay, I'm starting to think I went about this whole thing completely wrong. Sadly, we didn't make it. She broke up with me. This game's too real. So what went wrong? Well, after this first playthrough, I actually went through the game a few more times, each time picking a different option, and each time I still got broken up with. But there's clearly supposed to be a way to get a better ending, so what am I missing? The first thing we need to do differently is make our initial approach a little bit less awkward. Neither of the dialogue options were very good, so we'll have to do something else. It turns out, we can actually choose to talk about the Game Jam's theme, which actually makes for a pretty natural conversation starter. And the actual conversation is kinda corny, but yeah, it works. Next up, we have the text messaging section. It turns out, you can go to your Twitter tab and stalk her on Twitter. We see that she is a big fan of Sherlock Holmes cat and likes to eat hot pot. When we're asked to make a choice on what movie to watch, we see that a new choice has opened up. Once we choose it, we get some new dialogue where she says she's a big fan of Sherlock Holmes cat, as well as some extra dialogue after watching the movie. After that, we're asked to choose a restaurant, and we're going to choose hot pot. Next is the scene where we're walking around. Words will only ruin the mood, so we're just gonna reach for her hand. Simple enough. After that, we get to talking on the phone. The hint here is, we always discuss the things we have in common. We can click on things that the two characters have in common, which are the video games, music, and cats. Doing so provides us with a little bit of extra dialogue. But I actually misled you a little bit. The line, "we always discuss the things we have in common," is actually a hint for you to do more than just talk about what you have in common. The real hint was actually the following line. It's like we want to zoom in. If we scroll on the mouse wheel, we can see 3 clouds appear on each side. Each cloud has a symbol underneath, and by matching the symbols on each side, we can have our characters talk about some deeper topics. Following that is the fight scene. We're baited into using the dialogue option to engage in the fight, but the thing about fights is that it takes 2 to fight, so if we never click the dialogue, there's no fight. When she's upset about her day and saying exactly the same thing as she did earlier over the phone, we shouldn't just pretend to listen. Instead, we're going to move closer to her before we pretend to listen. Cause that's how you be a good listener, boys. When you come home and you see a bunch of trash, again, neither of these options are great. Well, actually, one of them says, "I'll do it myself," but we're actually literally going to do it ourselves by clicking on the trash. Halfway through, she will interrupt us and pick it up herself. So, what kind of letter do we get this time? Well, green means good, and everything she says is green. But basically, she just talks about how much she loves and appreciates you, which is great because I worked so hard for this ending. And that, my friends, is LoveChoice. Or at least it's the first 1/3 of LoveChoice. Like I said earlier, there's 2 more stories besides this one, and they're both quite nice too. For $2 on Steam and about half an hour per story, you really can't go wrong with this game. I really liked how this game presents you with dialogue choices, but then subverts your expectations by making the correct decision to be something outside of the choices. Definitely a cool little game, and I'm glad I played it. Anyway, that about does it for me on this video, but I'll see you in the next one.